In video games, we often have an element of illusion, of trickery, and smoke and mirrors. In order to emulate the complexity of water, we must start with research and reference. I couldn't even begin to count how many hours I've spent studying water over the years. To create and simulate, first we must understand how it looks, how it moves, how it feels, and how it is affected by the world around it. It's a good thing I'm the water guy, and water's been a huge part of my entire life. In Skull and Bones, our world is a fictionalized version of the Indian Ocean. It was important to us that it felt as though you were exploring distinct and unique locations. Each region has a different look and feel, such as the East Indies looking more gloomy and desaturated versus the open seas with its bright azure blue waters. We also put a lot of effort into the visuals or the rendering of our water. We've improved the way foam forms, we've improved the wave translucency, the way light shines through the waves, and we've also added some new surprises like bioluminescence that you might find sailing around the world at night. Perhaps the biggest challenge of all is that all of us are expert critics when it comes to water. We have all seen it and felt it in some way, making it incredibly difficult to do perfectly. You may not know precisely why it doesn't look right, just that it doesn't. One of the many challenges with water that other environments don't have is that it is constantly in motion. Where terrain, for example, should be static, water needs to move and support the numerous ways players can interact with it. In video games, we often have an element of illusion, of trickery, and smoke and mirrors. Unlike film, we need to render many frames per second, so we could not possibly do it for real. This is particularly true for water, since we cannot simulate billions of particles, give them gravity, drop them, and see what happens. In a nutshell, this is what a lot of game development is. We look for clever ways we can make complicated real-world elements believable in the simplest way possible. It also needs to not only look realistic, but also be adaptable with our gameplay mechanics and ship physics. Speaking of physics, in Skull and Bones, players will have choice over the size and type of ship they want to sail. The size, shape, and weight of a ship all needed to be taken into account with the water system. For example, smaller ships will have less mass, higher buoyancy, and therefore float higher in the water. This means you will feel all of the waves much more than on a bigger ship, which will have more mass, sit lower in the water, and have increased drag, yet will not be as impacted by the smaller waves. We put dedicated focus on iteration between wave shape, size, and movement to balance with the way the ship physics behave. It was a constant back and forth iterative process to find something that was visually appealing, felt realistic, and was fun to navigate. The driving force of our wave formation is the fast Fourier transform, or FFT algorithm. Utilizing various layers of the FFT at different frequencies is the foundation of our water simulation. Low frequency is the slow, deep swells of the sea, whereas higher frequencies give us the choppy, smaller waves. Of course, I am simplifying this quite a bit, but it is iterating on these FFT layers and the amazing collaborative effort across many teams and disciplines that give us the amazing water we have in Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones represents the culmination of years of innovations and advancements. We are incredibly proud of our authentic, diverse, multiplayer naval experience and the water tech that makes it all possible. I hope you enjoy sailing our water as much as we love creating it.